back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. We are sitting at my desk today because we are going to be talking about some of my most anticipated books for 2023. I did one of these videos at the beginning of the year and said that I would continue to do this series as I learned about more books, and here we are in quarter 2. So I figured it's time. Let's talk about the books that are coming out that I am super excited about for April, May, and June. This list consists of fantasy, mysteries, thrillers, and horrors because those are the genres that I read from the most. I am so excited for some of these. In this list in particular are two of my most anticipated books of the year. And I know I say that, but because they're all most anticipated, but I mean these are the top 2 or 3. We'll get into it. I think that's it. So let's just go ahead and dive in. So I'm going to start with April, and if I'm looking this way, it's just because my computer's here and I have the list up. I have been doing research, scouring articles, Goodreads, Instagram, Book Talk, all of the things to find the ones that I'm most excited for. Obviously, there are way more than this coming out, but these are the ones that are at the top of my list. And if you have similar reading tastes, I'm sure they will be at the top of yours as well. So let's start off with April, and the first one coming out actually publishes on April 4th, and this is The Last Heir to Blackwood Library by Hester Fox. And I'm not going to give you a deep dive synopsis on all of these because if you have watched any of my videos in the past, you know that I don't read them, okay? I don't want to be spoiled. I just want to know enough to know if I'm interested, and I don't want to spoil anything for you. And I think you guys really appreciate that. So we're not going to do that in this video, but this book in particular, from what I understand, this takes place in post-World War England, and we are following our main character, and she inherits a library, which is already one of my most favorite tropes. One, we have things that involved around books, but also an inheritance. Stop. I'm here for an inheritance story, okay? So we have our main character, she inherits a library and then has to uncover secrets. And from genres that I gather this is going to be is very historical, fantasy, mystery. I think those are the buzzwords around this, but I'm obsessed with this cover. I think it's so pretty. I know this is already published by the time this video goes out, but I did want to mention it because it is on my list and one of my most anticipated. I have it on hold at my library and I cannot wait to get into it. So that is the first one. And then we have The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. This publishes on April 11th. I believe this was a book of the month pick or add-on. It's a mystery thriller about a group of students who reunite 10 years after a tragic accident. They are the survivors, which it kind of gives me In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, just that alone, reuniting, students coming back together, reuniting after something happened in their past, that gives me In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, but I cannot compare a book to that or else I won't enjoy it, so I'm going to put that out the window, but that's really all I know about it. This is a book that I would totally check out from the library because thrillers, mysteries, hit or miss, but I'm still excited about it. It still sounds like some of the tropes that I enjoy reading in thrillers, so I had to put it on this list. And the next 3 actually all publish on the same day, which is just crazy. They all publish on April 25th, and the first one is Mastering the Art of French Murder by Colleen Cambridge. And I'm sorry. First of all, this cover, yes, we already know we are getting Julia Child vibes. And one of my favorite movies, of all time, is Julia and Julia. I just love it. Julia Child can do no wrong. But so you're going to theme a cozy mystery, which I believe this is, after Julia Child. Excuse me? Yes, please. I'm here for it. I am the audience for this, so I really hope I love it. I really hope it doesn't disappoint me like The Golden Spoon did, which I was the audience for that mystery as well, so like fingers crossed. But also, your name is Colleen Cambridge, and like they moved to Cambridge, Julia Child and her husband. Like, what are the chances? You were just meant to write this book, is what you're telling me. So I'm going to read it for that fact. And this one, from what I gather, follows Julia Child's fictional best friend. She's an American, which like she did have a best friend, but I don't know if that, anyways, we're not going to get into it. But follows her fictional best friend, and she shows up at Julia Child's house one day and someone's found dead in the cellar. But like there's also, it takes place in Paris, obviously, and there's just all of these vibes. And like I said, I am the audience for this, so I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I love a cozy mystery. I believe this is going to be a series. I don't know how many. Regardless, I'm stoked to check it out. And then we have This Delicious Death by Kayla Cottingham, which is a YA horror thriller, I believe. This is also has representation for LGBTQ+, which we love to see. This cover is giving. I was hooked when I saw the cooler with blood. Yes, please. And all I know about this one is we are following, I believe, a group of friends who go to a music festival and something about a cooler full of organs. Done? Don't need to know anything else. I love YA mystery horror thrillers. Like they hit so much harder than adult thriller horror sometimes, and like I freaking love it. I've heard this is going to be a little bit gory, which like it has a cooler full of organs, so like I would assume so, but regardless, still so excited. I just can't wait. I cannot wait. I will absolutely be picking this up like immediately. I need it in my life. And then the last one is probably like, this is one of the ones that's like at the tippity top, like in the top 3 of my most anticipated books of the year. If you know me, you know how excited I am about this one, and it's In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. Need I say more? I will read anything that this man puts out, okay? I will show up. He is an auto-buy author for me. I cannot. He creates these worlds and these characters and does found family unlike anyone else. He truly is incredible, and I just need it, okay? And this one I've heard is kind of like a Pinocchio retelling, but make it robots, I think. I could be completely wrong. Honestly, I haven't read that much about it. I love just going into his books, not knowing a whole ton, just like getting sucked in by the cover, which this one did. Excuse me? Stunning. Oh my god, I cannot wait. Like I said, this is like up there in the top 3 of my most anticipated books of the year. I will be going out the day it releases and buying a copy of it. That's how much I am looking forward to it. I can't. Okay, moving on to May. I actually only have one book so far that is coming out in May that I'm really interested in. There were a ton of romances and other genres publishing, but like I'm just not interested in that. So the one that I am most anticipating in May is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. Now, okay, have I read Babel yet? No. Okay, but it is still on my shelf, still staring at me. I am now waiting until next fall. I want to save it for the fall time. I just didn't get a chance this past fall, but that's not going to stop me from putting another R.F. Kuang on my list, especially because this one involves 2 authors. We love it, and it also takes place at Yale, or at least Yale was mentioned in the synopsis. I believe they both attended Yale. I don't know if they both live in Connecticut still. Regardless, Yale was mentioned, and like, yes, we need those collegiate vibes. I love it so much. But this one, all I know is that we are following two authors, and one of them has been like super successful, but she actually hasn't written the books that she's wrote. And then we have another one who has been trying to be successful without much luck. That is like the most vague synopsis. I actually don't know if that's entirely accurate, but those are the vibes that I've gotten from like the little that I've read about it. Honestly, this cover drew me in, and I saw Katie Coulson do a review of this recently. I like kind of skimmed it because I didn't want to be ruined and like have my own opinions going into it. But she really loved it, and like that's really high praise. So I'm very much looking forward to it. When will I get around to it? I'm not sure. Maybe I will just have an RF Kwong month in the fall, who knows? But like I'm still really excited about it, and I am like so here for anything that takes place as like a dark academia and also like two authors coming together but also like rivaling. Had me. We are moving on to June, and actually there's only a few in June as well. I just feel like this is really like a slow publishing time, at least for the books that I'm really anticipating. But regardless, there is one in here that is also in that like top tier of one of my most excited, and three of them actually publish on the same day, so let's talk about those. The first one is The Whispers by Audrey Audrain. She is the same author as The Push, which I really enjoyed. The Whispers is publishing on June 20th, and I am just very excited about it. And all I know about this one is we are following 4 different families. I don't know if we're getting like all of their perspectives. I have no idea. That seems like it would be a lot. So maybe just like the mothers in it. I'm not sure. But we are following 4 different families, and one night they are all at a party, I believe, and they all witness this boy fall from his bedroom window, I think. I don't know. It sounds like it's going to be very psychological, kind of like The Push. And like, that's all you had to say. I really enjoyed The Push and what kind of a roller coaster it was, and emotions, and just kind of left you with like your own feelings about it. And I feel like everyone had their own, not interpretation, but feelings behind what was going on, and like how you could relate or just like be horrified in certain situations. And I feel like because this is following 4 different families, we're also going to get those kinds of feelings behind it. I could be completely wrong, but that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here, which just makes me really excited. I really enjoy her writing, and I really enjoy her storytelling and how she kind of weaves this like air of mystery and just like casts doubt in her stories, and I just think that's really well done. So I hope, fingers crossed, that this does the exact same thing, and yeah, so stoked for this one. The next one is Where the Echoes Die by Courtney Gould. She is the same author as The Dead in the Dark, which I actually haven't read, and I don't know if this is the same in like the second in a series or what have you, but the covers are very similar, or it just could be that that's her style. Regardless, this one sounds so up my alley and so something that I would be like totally interested in. In this book, we are following our main character who has recently lost her mother, and she is still going through that kind of like grieving process, and she gets a mysterious letter in the mail that just says, "Come and find me," and her sister have to go back to their hometown. I don't know if this is like small town, hometown vibes or what have you, but to try to unravel this mystery. Like, those things are like a recipe for success, in my opinion. Like I said, haven't read another Courtney Gould. I've been wanting to read The Dead in the Dark. It's been on my TBR, so maybe I'll do like a back-to-back. I don't know. Regardless, I'm still really excited about this one. This cover is absolutely giving. I just really enjoy this style. It's all, like I said, very similar to The Dead in the Dark, so I don't know if these books are related or not. I'll have to find out. I definitely want to read The Dead in the Dark before this one comes out. This one releases June 20th as well, if I didn't already say that, and I am just so stoked. I love a good going back to hometown, unraveling a mystery, getting weird shit in the mail that says, come and find me, like, yes, please. Yes, please. And I believe this is YA as well, which like just means it's going to be so good. And then we have, okay, we have it, and I am very excited because I will always be excited for one of these authors' books, but I am equally as nervous, and who knows what's going to happen, but it is The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I don't need to say anything else. Don't need to give you a synopsis. I don't need to give anything away, because if we've learned anything from Riley, it is to go into his books blind, because it doesn't matter what the synopsis says. You are going to get fucking whiplash from his books, in a good or bad way, depending upon how you take it. And that's what happened with The House Across the Lake, and I'm sure this is going to happen with this one. I am going in with an open mind, okay? We are going to leave the past couple books in the past. This is what I do, okay? I just go in with the highest of hopes because I have enjoyed so many of his books before, and I keep waiting for that one that's going to hit the same as Lock Every Door and Home Before Dark, and I just know that he is capable of doing it again. Will it be with this one? I hope so. I hope so. I really enjoy this cover. I'm here for it. We have another house. What is happening? I do not know. Fingers crossed that Book of the Month comes through and puts this as their June pick. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, because I need my Rileys to match, okay? I need them to match. But yeah, I'm so excited about this one. June 20th. I believe this is going to be the Book True pick for July, so it is going to be so hard to not read this immediately, but like I want to read it with my friends and have the same experience, because I know that this is going to be a roller coaster. A roller coaster. I will not, however, not be reading this on vacation like I did with The House Across the Lake last year, because that was such a bummer. So, lesson learned, don't read Riley Sager's on vacation. If you still want to have a good time. Okay, then we have our last book in this video, which is actually, plot twist, a romance, okay? But I had to include it because I enjoyed The Dead Romantic so much, and it is the next one from Ashley Poston, which is called The 7-Year Slip. This publishes on June 27th, and all I know about this one is that we also have, I believe, some like time travel shit happening here. I don't know if necessarily time travel, but like time loss, time jumping. I don't know. I don't know if this is also going to be paranormal or not, but like she did paranormal so well in The Dead Romantic, so if it includes it, I'm sure it's going to be great. This also has a couple of tropes which like I can enjoy. We have a publicist, which like I love that. I love that, okay? We love a career woman. We love someone who is like forging their own path. Yes, please. And we also have a roommates to lovers love interest going on here. This is where the time jump comes in because he lives 7 years in the past. Question mark? I do not know, but like I love Ashley Poston's writing. She did, like I said, The Dead Romantic so well. I loved it. Yes, like I did. So yes, I will be checking this one out too. She's hooked me. I'm intrigued. And if I've learned anything from that book is that she does weird shit in romance like really well. So I'm gonna show up for this one. And that is all of the books that I have that I am most excited about in Q2. So if you want me to do one of these for Q3 and Q4, you want me to kind of continue this, definitely let me know in the comments, as well as let me know if you are excited about any of these, or if I missed anything that you're like, hey, hello, did you see this? You're gonna love it. Because I have watched so many of these videos as well, and I feel like I find a new book in them every single time. So if I missed something, please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe if you are not already. Turn on the bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
you.